We just got some breaking news from New York City that Cuomo has just received the endorsement of Elon Musk, coming from today, just over 2 hours ago. Yesterday on 60 Minutes, Trump gave a lukewarm endorsement to Andrew Cuomo, saying that I would rather take a bad Democrat than a quote communist Democrat. And now, just over 2 hours ago, Elon Musk just said, quote, vote Cuomo on his Twitter. This is a city. It could still have some electoral consequences from this endorsement. Harris, in a Republican friendly year, when Trump was gaining ground in all 50 states, he was, look at this, Trump plus 10.5. Kamala Harris did worse than any other Democrat in the 21st century in New York City and frankly all across the country. And she still won a majority of voters, 62.88%, while Trump this this and this is the final result right here. Kamala Harris 67%, Trump 30. A Republican was never able to get over 30% of the vote. I believe in the 21st century at all. Maybe I may have to fact check this, but I think it comes close in 2004, but that may not be true. But compared to Joe Biden's performance, Joe Biden almost got 80% of the vote, while Trump received 22%. And look in New York City down here there was the when I scroll back, look, blue, 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 blue. This is a reliably blue city. Democrats outnumber Republicans 6-1 in this city. And when an endorsement of Trump and Musk, when they endorse Andrew Cuomo, I believe that this does not help Cuomo at all. If anything, it draws out more and more Mondami supporters. Even, look at this, even in 1988, where Michael Dukakis won the state by 52%, Dukakis still handily wins New York City in a landslide. There is no chance for, let alone a Republican, Curtis Sliwa, or even Andrew Cuomo, especially not Sliwa. There's just no way. Zoran Mondani has the D next to his name. Anyone with the D next to their name is destined to win in New York City. Eric Adams, Andrew Cuomo, if he won the nomination, and other Democrats before him. This election is not going to be close. Even when Richard Nixon over here, even when Richard Nixon was winning 59% of the vote compared to McGovern's 41%, McGovern was still winning New York City. It's not going to vote any other way except for blue. If there's any bit of hope in the Cuomo campaign, it's just foolish. There's a day left of the election, especially when in the city that created Trump, where Trump has like a 25% disapproval rating in the city, an endorsement, especially from Elon Musk, doesn't help at all, because if you remember earlier in the year where there was a Wisconsin Supreme Court election. Elon Musk invested, I forget what the amount was, but I think it was around like $10 million. I could be wrong. $100 million, something like that. But the Democrat in the race still won by 10 points. Elon Musk endorsement doesn't help anyone, especially in New York City. If it didn't help in a purple state like Wisconsin, it is not going to help in a blue city that outnumbers Republicans 6-1. In this case, it is almost political suicide. When Democrats at large are more motivated than ever to vote against the Trump administration, when Andrew Cuomo is getting the endorsement of Donald Trump and Elon Musk, it is basically having the R next to your name in New York City. This is political suicide. Any political pundit will just realize immediately that this is a terrible endorsement. Especially when Mondami voters are more energized than any other voters in the country compared to New Jersey and Virginia's race with Abigail Stamberger and Mikey Sherrill. This just energizes the young voters in New York City. And it provokes the younger voters. When younger voters were voting for Mondami, I'm not sure about this, but like around a margin where it was like 3-1, and potentially in a general election, it could increase to an extent, but it just couldn't. I could be wrong on that. And if you're going to vote, if you were voting against Donald Trump in the 2024 election, why would you vote for Andrew Cuomo? If you feel that Trump is not doing a good job, that he is sending armed forces into Democratic-run cities, why would you vote for the candidate that receives the endorsement of Donald Trump? And everything that Andrew Cuomo's been running on was a strong record against the Trump administration, where he was going to deploy the National Guard into the state of New York, but where Cuomo is saying on the debate stage that he's the most qualified because he has more experience than Mondani. But all of that goes completely out the window when the same guy receives an endorsement from Trump, even though it is a lukewarm endorsement that Trump most likely wouldn't have made on normal circumstances, but an endorsement is still an endorsement. I encourage everyone that's watching this video to dive a little bit more into the Musk and Trump endorsement and how this might affect the race. But if you ask me, Mondami has this race in lock. The city, New York City, outnumbers Republicans 6-1. Trump, a Republican that's super unpopular in the city, just endorsed Andrew Cuomo. Sliwa has no shot. I say this race is solidly in the Mondami camp.